TBS, America's #1 independent television network, presents the following sports exclusive. TBS presents NASL Championship Soccer. NASL Championship Soccer is being sponsored by the people who bring you the light, refreshing taste of Coca-Cola. Coke adds life to the games you're playing and the life you're living. And by Toyota, makers of quality-built cars and trucks, hopes you will enjoy today's soccer game. You asked for it, you got it. Toyota. And by the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of light beer. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less.
Hello, everyone. John Miller today for TBS from the Kingdome in Seattle. We've got the New York Cosmos, the defending North American Soccer League champions, and we've got the Seattle Sounders, who met the Cosmos last year in Soccer Bowl 77. New York won that ball game by a score of 2-1. Today, a rematch of that ball game, and Seattle badly needs a victory in the playoff picture. We'll be back in Seattle to meet our analyst for the ball game today, Paul Gardner, when we continue after this.
The sun's gonna shine all day. Did you hear what the weatherman say? It's time for a Coke. It ain't no joke. The sun's gonna shine all day.
Is it hot where you are? It's cool where we are. Ice cold Coca-Cola.
Coke adds life. Coca-Cola adds life.
I won't get stuck like this again. Next time, I want a car that gives me my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Celica. If you can find a better built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can. Because Toyotas are built for comfort, durability, and performance. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
Finally, I'll get my money's worth.
More.
You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
The Cosmos have the highest scoring offense in the history of the North American Soccer League. Paul Gardner, the editor of Soccer Express magazine, here with us. And Paul, the Seattle Ball Club is going to have to do something to stop them.
Thank you, John. We'll be looking at this young man in the Seattle defense, Jim McAllister. What a season he had last year. A local boy came out of nowhere, won the Rookie of the Year award. Playing alongside him in the Seattle defense, Bobby Moore, who's gained just about every international award that the game knows. And, of course, presiding over the Seattle Sounders, their coach, Scotsman Jim Gabriel. In the attack for the New York Cosmos, this man, Giorgio Canaglia, 29 goals to his credit. Just 1 goal today, and he equals the North American Soccer League all-time scoring record. Alongside him, Stevie Hunt, 11 goals this season, always a dangerous threat, and the man, of course, who coaches the Cosmos, South African Eddie Famani. John?
Thank you, Paul, and we'll be back with today's kickoff after these messages. We're just about ready to kick off. The Cosmos will be kicking off. There's a look at the goalkeepers. On the left side is Tony Chersky. The right side was Errol Yassin. And the officials for the ball game today, in the middle, referee George Courtney, George Craggs, linesman on the left, and Dick Barnes on the right. They'll be working the ball game here today at the Kingdome. The Cosmos with the white trunks and the green jerseys with the kickoff, moving from left to right. In the middle there, Bogicevic drops it back to Franz Beckenbauer. The Sounders in the white uniforms. A look at the lineups. Yassin in goal. Giuseppe Wilson, Werner Roth, Carlos Alberto, Santiago Formoso, the back line. At midfield, Terry Garbett, Franz Beckenbauer, and Vlade Bogicevic. And up front, Sanino, right wing on the right side. Quinaglia in the middle. And Stevie Hunt is on the left side. It's a high-powered order. Tony Chersky in goal for Seattle. Jimmy McAllister, the Rookie of the Year. Bobby Moore, Mike England, a pair of veterans. And Les Perotti is on the left side of the back line. In the middle, Jockey Scott, Steve Buttle, and Gordon Wallace, and then Dave Butler. And up front, Tommy Ord and Mickey Cave. A couple of strikers with 4 midfielders. It'll be a Seattle throw-in in the left wing. Paul, last year we saw Seattle and the Cosmos twice, and both times Seattle really kept the pace going. A fast-paced style of play.
Started off very fast-paced, as indeed they're doing here already. A lot of pressure on the Cosmos defense within the first 2 minutes here.
This is Jockey Scott trying to take it away from Carlos Alberto, the crafty veteran. The Cosmos clear it out, but it's kept in by Bobby Moore, the great international veteran. Just acquired. He's playing his 4th game tonight. Here's Tommy Ord, one of the leading scorers in league history. Tries to dump it in, knocked down. The Cosmos get it. And the ball is sliced off the foot of Beckenbauer and out of bounds as you get a look at Stevie Hunt, one of the heroes of Soccer Bowl 77, which the Cosmos won against Seattle down in Portland 2-1 last August. Ball belongs to the Cosmos now. The Cosmos have won 20 games. They've lost only 5. They have the best one-loss record in the league. They have set a league record for most victories in a season. And in fact, so have the Vancouver Whitecaps. The Seattle Sounders, on the other hand, have been struggling through the early part of the season, and they need a victory here today, with it being at home and all, as they are struggling for a wild card berth in the playoffs. Here's a foul called on Werner Roth, number 4, fouling Tommy Ord. Free kick for the Seattle.
I mean, Howard from the back here. The ball is not really under control, and there's Roth. A little bit of theatricals there from Tommy Ord, I think. It wasn't quite as bad as it looked.
Here's the leading scorer for the Sounders, Mickey Cave, with 11 goals. Goes into the penalty area and finally belts it high over the bar. That's a Cosmos goal kick. And from Seattle, this is NASL Championship Soccer. The pressure here in the early going. Last year when they played a game here in the regular season, Seattle won it 1-0 in the first game that Eddie Fermani coached the Cosmos. And a frustrating day for the Cosmos, and certainly in many ways it was for Seattle too, as you look at Santiago Formoso throwing it in. And Seattle scored only the 1 goal, but as I recall, Paul, they had a lot of chances in that ball game.
They had a lot of chances. The Cosmos didn't have many. In fact, the Cosmos have never scored a goal here in the Kingdome. I think they played here twice. They never scored here.
That one was over the head of Bogicevic in the penalty area, and Bobby Moore playing in his 4th game of the season. He's 37 years old. Here's a steal by Stevie Hunt. Has Quinaglia in the middle. Pass for Quinaglia. Score! Now, That was not Kinalia, it was
You'll see Stevie Hunt
Bogacevich.
steal the ball away from McAllister, pushes it through his leg. He's so quick, Hunt, once he gets past anybody. A little curling left foot centre. Bogacevich all on his own there, looking as though he might have been offside, and I think there were some calls there for offside.
1-0 Cosmos from Seattle. This is NASL Championship Soccer.
All the guys that do commercials for light beer from Miller are big stars and guys like that. Me, I'm just a humble bartender, but I drink light too. And I'll tell you why. It's less filling, it's got a third less calories than a regular beer, and it tastes great.
Jerry, now that you're a big star, can I have your autograph?
Well, sure, Mr. Dangerfield.
Hey, would you like mine?
Not really.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
How about my initials?
Shep Messing for Smokeless Tobacco.
I love soccer, and I love tobacco, but I don't light up. I get my tobacco pleasure the smokeless way. So can you.
With mild, easy-to-use Happy Days. It's a smokeless tobacco with a great fresh mint flavor.
Just a little pinch between your cheek and gum is all it takes. The best part of going smokeless? It's really relaxing. Try some.
John Miller and Paul Gardner back in Seattle, where the Cosmos have taken a 1-0 lead, and the Cosmos have the ball. Again, the goal was by Bogacevich on an assist from Steve Hunt as he came streaking down the middle right where Kinalia normally is. But that time, the center midfielder, Bogacevich, moving down the middle, his 8th goal of the season, and he also has 15 assists. Cosmos, every time they score a goal, that becomes the league record for goal scoring. Here's Steve Hunt moving in on Jim McAllister, the second-year right fullback of the Sounders. Hunt loses the ball there. Seattle has it. Number 15, Steve Buttle. The top 2 finishing teams in each division this year automatically qualify for the playoffs. And then from each conference, there will be 2 teams selected as wild card teams. So 8 teams from each division will make it, or each conference will make it. And Seattle right now is struggling hard for one of those wild card berths in the National Conference. Here's Tommy Orr, tries to get it in front, but the veteran Carlos Alberto there to clear it out of bounds. There's Eddie Fermani, one of the most successful coaches in NASL history. Regular season play, teams that he has coached have won 64 and lost only 23. Steve Buttle moving in, top of the box for Jockey Scott, outside, a drive and a wild shot there by Mickey Cave, number 12, and Errol Yassin will set it up for a goal kick. Look at some of the big crowd here in Seattle today. They expect somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 to 40,000 for this ball game. Temperatures outside the Kingdome right around 90. With a bit of a heat wave going here in the Pacific Northwest. Paul, when a team gets down like that so quickly in its home arena, that can have a devastating effect, I guess, in their outlook.
Well, it can, but on the other hand, it could mean that they really start to pull things together. You know, they're confronted very early in the game by a situation which they've got to rectify. You remember in the World Cup that's just happened, Italy got down within 30 seconds, I think, a goal to France, and it really made them come out and play.
Carlos Alberto moving to the midfield line to Terry Garbett. Tackled away from him by Buttle, number 15, and out of bounds. The Sounders are 9 wins and 3 losses here at home this season, and they've allowed only 9 goals in those 12 home games. The Cosmos, on the other hand, are 8-4 on the road, one of the best road clubs in the league. Now Franz Beckenbauer, number 6. Bogacevich, who got the goal, number 8. Alberto. Boy, on both of these ball clubs, you've got a lot of veteran world-class talent.
You've got 2 former World Cup captains, both of those men. Carlos Alberto for the Cosmos and Bobby Moore for Seattle have both received the World Cup trophy. Moore in 66, Carlos Alberto in 70.
And, of course, Franz Beckenbauer was on that World Cup team in 74.
Yeah, Franz Beckenbauer received the new trophy. Carlos Alberto was the last one to take the old one. It belongs permanently to Brazil now.
Werner Roth in the middle. Leads it off to the 35-yard line. Bogacevich back to Werner Roth. This is the kind of ball the Cosmos like to play. The short, sure passes. Take their time. Seattle, on the other hand, as we've already discussed, like to hurry it down the field, apply the fast pressure. That will be a dangerous kick, I believe, or will they just say out of bounds? It will be A dangerous kick on Formoso.
We'll make up our own minds about it here. Formoso getting the ball. Now there's a player coming in here too, and he's got his foot. Well, there's a handball as well in there. We've got a choice of fouls.
I believe they made the call a handball. They gave the free kick to the Cosmos. And we've got another foul at midfield there on Mike England. Kinalia's up in his back. A foul on England. Kinalia with a goal today would equal the league record for most goals in a season.
There's a pass from Roth, which goes, in fact, to Kinalia. Now, England is in very quickly on that. Plays the ball away, I would have thought. That's why the crowd is booing, but the referee thinks that he played Kinalia before he got to the ball.
There you see at the top of your screen, number 2, Jockey Scott discussing something with referee George Courtney as the Cosmos had the ball about 38 yards from the goal. Beckenbauer over it to start play with a free kick. Bogacevic to Kinalia. The shot is deflected wide left of the net, and the Cosmos will get the game's first corner kick. Kinalia scored the winning goal in Soccer Bowl 77 on a header, and yet that certainly is anything but his strength.
No, he's not, and of course the Cosmos don't play to him in the air. They try and keep the ball on the ground for him.
Stevie Hunt in the corner. Hunt, 11 goals, 11 assists now for the season. Beckenbauer. Formoso played for Connecticut last year. And they'll send it back outside the 35-yard line. Carlos Alberto. He drives in, shoots from about 30 yards out, and will be a Seattle goal kick. From Seattle, this is NASL Championship Soccer.
A pocket camera for less than $20? Extra can do. The new Kodak Extra 1 camera is the lowest price Kodak pocket camera ever. Just aim and shoot for clear, sharp pictures. For a few dollars more, you can get those clear, sharp pictures 2 ways with a Tele Extra 1 camera. Hey, honey, without moving a step, it brings you twice as close to your subject. Get more pictures, more places, more often with new Extra cameras. The can-do cameras from Kodak.
Oh, doesn't anybody give you your money's worth these days?
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Corolla two-door sedan, Toyota's lowest priced car. If you can find a better built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can't, because Toyotas are built with the economy and reliability you're asking for. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
Finally, I'm getting my money's worth.
More.
You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
John Miller and Paul Gardner from the Kingdom in Seattle. The Cosmos with the ball and a 1-0 lead. 33 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first half. Stevie Hunt, number 11, having trouble there with a trap. It's out of bounds and a throw-in for Seattle. McAllister gets the ball in. The official time of that first goal, 4 minutes and 29 seconds. Hunt with the assist. Bogacevic with the goal. Here's Buttle, midfielder of the Sounders. Mickey Cave goes out to get it in the corner. Number 5, Alberto, to pick him up, but Cave has trouble holding on to it. And the ball went over the end line for a Cosmos goal kick. There's an early look at the statistics. You see the Sounders there, Paul, with 6 shots, but Yassin has not had to make a save.
Well, I wouldn't want to question our statistician, but do you remember 6 shots for the Sounders?
Now Butler with the ball, the leading scorer in Seattle history, number 8. In the corner, Mickey Cave, out in front of the net! Knocked loose by Alberto and cleared out by Werner Roth.
Some very strange things going on in the Cosmos defense. The marking, the man-to-man marking, they seem to be switching it constantly. And there was a case just a minute ago where the ball went out to the right wing where 2 fullbacks looked at each other as if to say, well, that's your responsibility.
Inside for Gordon Wallace, number 4. Yassin comes out to get it, but a whistle blows. He may have been offside, or he may have been called for knocking into goalkeeper Yassin. Regardless, it is a free kick for the Cosmos. They started out. Jockey Scott.
Very unusual there, a sloppy pass from Franz Beckenbauer. Have to draw attention to that when it happens, because it happens so rarely in a season.
Tommy Ord in the corner, number 18. Drops it out to Jockey Scott. Scott with 6 assists. Out in the middle to Buttle. Buttle with Beckenbauer right there. Tries to go around him. He's got too many green-shirted Cosmos there. Garbett takes it away. Garbett saves it in, back to midfield, and there's Bobby Moore, number 9. He's 37 years old, and England is 37. That middle defense for the Sounders, a lot of years of soccer experience. Bogacevic chips it over the head of Mickey Cave. Nice bit of ball handling to take it out of trouble. 1-0 Cosmos. We played 14 minutes of the first half. Garbett chips it ahead to midfield, and Mike England, number 5, the other half of that veteran middle defense combination. Butler leads it in the corner. This is Mickey Cave. Tries to go around Garbett, looking for the shot. Here it comes, and a save by Yassine.
Very good shot by Cave there. Very difficult one for Yassine to handle. Bouncing twice before it got to him. He suddenly cuts inside, accelerates like mad, sees his chance, right-footed shot. There's one bounce, there's two bounce, just coming up right into Yassine's face and just inside the post. Difficult shot to handle. Well played by Yassine.
And that's why Mickey Cave is so dangerous. 11 goals, 4 assists this year. He had 12 goals last year. Here comes Jockey Scott now, and Alberto clears out of bounds. A throw-in for Seattle coming up. Butler, number 8, to throw it in. Butler only 25 years of age, but he's the all-time leading scorer. Here's the pass to the far post. Nobody there but the Cosmos. Giuseppe Wilson, number 23, to Garbett, number 14. Terry Garbett, steady veteran, hard worker. Now Sanino, really getting his first chance to play a full game today from the start.
I think it's the first game he started. Although I think he may have started one at Giants Stadium, which I didn't see.
Cosmos have it at midfield. Bogicevic, the Cosmos, the highest scoring team in league history. Now scored 77 goals this year. This is their 26th game. Stevie Hunt is loose. He's got Quinalha in front. Tries to go around McAllister. Does. Far post. Here's Sanino. Drops it down in front. Garbett chases. He'll drop it back to Beckenbauer to start it. Beckenbauer to Giuseppe Wilson moving up. Bogicevic back to Wilson. Looks for Quinalha in front. Goes to Sanino. Here's the cross. Deflected by Perotti. Back in front it goes, and England is there. Now Garbett keeps it in. The attack is relentless. The shot wide left, and it will be a goal kick for the Sounders. From Seattle, this is NASL Championship Soccer.
A pickup. That's a big investment. I just want to make sure I get my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Standard Half-Ton. Toyota's lowest price truck. If you can find a better built truck, buy it. We bet you can't. Toyota trucks are built with comfort, economy, and tough truck dependability. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
Now I'm sure I'll get my money's worth. More.
You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
Light beer from Miller tastes just great, and that's no fish story. But the best thing is, it's less filling. Light's got 1/3 less calories than their regular beer, and that's important when you're trying to land that big one. Like yesterday, I hooked this bass, fought him for over 6 hours. All of a sudden, he jumps clean over the boat. Broke my rod, and I had to tie the... No, wait a minute, fellas. I had to tie the line
Light
off
beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Left me out there with nothing but a paddle.
The Cosmos have a corner kick as we return. Their second corner kick unofficially, and Sanino will take it in the right wing. He's got Quinalha out front. Garbett joins him in the penalty area up front with Stevie Hunt. Goes outside the box to Beckenbauer. Back to Sanino. And he loses it. Nicely done by number 4, Gordon Wallace, 35-year-old veteran of the Sounders. Steve Buttle. Tell you, this Sounders ball club has a lot of veterans. A lot of guys in their early 30s, mid-30s, and of course, England and Bobby Moore, both 37. This is Mike England. He's been all NASL, first team the last 3 consecutive years. Now Buttle in the middle. The Sounders try to get it going. They trail 1-0 with 27 minutes to go, first half. England, top of the box, nobody there. And Garbett intercepts. Ahead for Beckenbauer. Wallace got a foot on it, but it comes to Garbett, and here come the Cosmos on the attack. To the 35-yard line. Les Perotti backing up there. Now Hunt in the middle. Bogicevic ahead of him. To Bogicevic. He'll hold it for a moment. Cosmos in no hurry. Now Famoso for Giuseppe Wilson. Almost lost that one. Quinalha to Garbett. Into the box. The header will go wide of the net. Beckenbauer, I believe there, Paul, trying to pass off to Quinalha or somebody coming in the far post.
Yeah, the pass just a little bit too far. Not much strength on the header. Well, Chersky nearly played that into a corner.
Now here comes Les Perotti. He and Garbutt with him. And Garbutt called for the foul, and he's going to get a yellow card.
No question about that at all. Now, why on earth Garbutt would have done that? Here's Perotti coming down, overlapping down the left wing. Garbutt trying to do something about it. Elbowing there, says the referee. Pushes him right out of the field of play, and Garbutt thinks that was a bad decision. Threw the ball away. Well, you can't do that in soccer. Throwing the ball away is absolutely a no-no. Instant yellow card from the referee.
And George Courtney is not bashful about handing them out.
Now, I'm glad to see him give them early in the game. I don't say I'm glad to see Garbutt get one, but if you're going to give them...
Mickey Cave with a header is over the bar. Goal kick for the Cosmos. A close call there from Mickey Cave as he got loose.
All resulted from that free kick, which came as a result of Garbutt throwing the ball away.
Cosmos trying to work it out, but Seattle will have none of it. It's the third yellow card this season for Terry Garbutt. So here comes Seattle again. Nice move by Buttle. Still has it in front. Wide open Les Perotti, overlapping from his fullback spot. Into the box. Cleared out by Alberto. Gordon Wallace with a chip from 20 yards, but it's high and wide. Goal kick for New York. And from Seattle, this is NASL Championship Soccer.
Hey, the sun's gonna shine all day. Don't run too fast, you can come in last, 'cause the sun's gonna shine all day. Hey, did you hear what the weatherman say? It's time for a Coke, it ain't no joke. The sun's gonna shine all day. Coca-Cola, when the midday sun takes over. Coke adds life, and everybody wants a little light. The sun's gonna shine all day. It's time for a Coke.
Isn't the country neat, Howard? Here, pretend you're a farmer.
These are times of your life to remember.
And smile.
In pictures. To help make those pictures look their best, ask for Kodak paper behind them. And remember, using Kodak film doesn't mean you automatically get Kodak paper. So look for these words. Look for this sign when you get your pictures developed, and get them on Kodak paper for a good look.
Howie, who took this one?
Cosmos attacking. Stevie Hunt, top of the penalty area. Inside, here goes Quinalia. Unmarked, a shot, and a save by Chersky.
Quinalia clasping his head in despair. I think he thought he had the record-tying goal there. But the angle was very sharp to get that ball in there. The cross comes over, he springs himself loose behind the defense. There's a shot right on target, saved with his legs by Chersky. Corner kick to the Cosmos.
Corner kick number 3. Sanino into the box. Comes loose to Formoso. He drives from the penalty area left and misses high and wide. Goal kick for Seattle. Well, Quinalia with 29 goals. Mike Flanagan of New England has 29, but he got his 29th last night. John Kowalik in 1968 and Pepe Fernandez in 1968 both scored 30 goals. Kowalik for Chicago, Fernandez for San Diego that year.
Do you have a record how many games they played that year, John?
Kowalik played 29 games and Fernandez played 28 games.
So it's directly comparable, because this will be a 30-game season this year.
Right. I believe the league schedule that year was a 32-game schedule. But Quinalia today is playing in his 26th game.
Poor old Sanino knocked flat there, and well, he goes down there, but he pushes here and charges right into a defender, falls over spectacularly. The free kick went to Seattle, not to New York.
Quick counter-attacking effort there by the Cosmos, but Seattle has
cut out by Bobby Moore there. Still a bit of class there.
This is Perotti moving up. Here's the cross, far post. Mickey Cave knocks it down. Dave Butler picks it up, number 8. Tries to go around Formoso. And Formoso just does with a comeback sliding tackle. Clear it over the end line, but it will be a Seattle corner kick.
I see him coming in here, gets round Formoso, but Formoso just sticks a leg out here and manages to push it away for a corner kick.
Buttle into the corner to take the corner kick, the first one of the day for the Seattle Sounders. Cave, Scott out front of the net. Butler's in there too in the box.
Mike England, of course, as well.
Near post, header by England, just across the face of the net. And it will be, let's see.
It will be another corner kick, apparently.
Somebody from the Cosmos apparently deflected it.
I certainly didn't see anybody touch that one.
Mike England that time, as you said, Paul, coming in, and they went to him on the near post.
Oh, he is so dangerous with his head. Really skillful player with his head.
Jockey Scott with a corner this time. Over the head of England, and Stevie Hunt clears. It comes to Wallace. His shot hits England. It comes down to Tommy Ord, a dangerous player. In the corner, this is Buttle. He looks for an opening. Goes around Roth. Deflected in front and cleared by Bogachevich. Ord tries to get it, but Stevie Hunt with that great hustle takes it away. Comes to Bobby Moore again, and here come the Sounders for another attack. Gordon Wallace dumps it off to the right. Jimmy McAllister moving up. McAllister near the 35. Looks for help. Goes to the veteran. There's the 21-year-old second-year man to the 37-year-old veteran Bobby Moore. Now Perotti. Jockey Scott, number 2. Scott looking for an opening. He's got a man in the penalty box, Butler. Butler's got a couple of veterans there with him.
So another example there of a Seattle player getting loose in the box. The man-to-man marking is really very strange at the back there. You see, this ball comes through, and now look, there's nobody within 5 yards of this player here at all. The Cosmos really have to tighten that up.
Into the box it goes, cleared out by the Cosmos. Comes to Mickey Cave, number 12. He tries to send it back in, but there's Franz Beckenbauer to take it away.
Isn't it amazing how elegant Franz Beckenbauer can look? He stopped that ball with his backside, and yet he made it look as though he intended to do it, and he made it look skillful and elegant.
Bogachevich takes it at midfield for the Cosmos, so they're on the attack. Boy, the Sounders, about 3 or 4 minutes in a row there with one thrust after another toward the Cosmos net. A foul there on Jockey Scott. A free kick for New York. Get a look at Buttle there, number 15. There's a look at the Sounders bench, and you can see perhaps the light-colored hair of Jimmy Gabriel.
I think you can see his right earlobe, but not short.
So the Sounders have it back. They trail by 1-0. Sounders have had some chances. The Cosmos have had a couple. The Cosmos have scored the game's only goal. 4 minutes and 29 seconds from the opening. Now Gordon Wallace. He had 12 goals for Seattle 2 years ago. Did not play here last year, but they went out and got him again for 1978. Now McAllister moves in on Formoso, a couple of fine American players. The linesman said it was last touched by Formoso, but the referee says no, give it to the Cosmos.
I think you'll see on the replay, Formoso plays this ball. Yes, it does come off McAllister. It is a throw into the Cosmos.
So the linesman right on top of the play thought he saw it one way, and the referee, who's the only man who actually can make a call, called it the way he saw it, which was a little bit different. Ball belongs to Seattle in the throw-in. Stevie Hunt. Well, they were booing him just a few weeks back in New York, but lately he's been a hero there again.
Well, he started scoring goals again, and of course that's really like hitting home runs, isn't it? That will count.
What have you done for me lately? Franz Beckenbauer with the ball for the Cosmos. Quick pass. Here's Senino right to him, but he can't hold on to it. Bobby Moore clears to Perotti. Got a pass by Beckenbauer.
Beautiful pass. You have to wonder whether Senino isn't experiencing a little difficulty with the quick and high bounce of the ball on artificial turf. He's not used to this, of course. He doesn't play on artificial turf before.
Perotti for Butler, but it's intercepted by Bogachevich. He's doing it on both ends of the field for the Cosmos now. Here's Beckenbauer, has room to run. Kinali on his left, Senino on his right. Beckenbauer into the box, fires a shot, and it's just wide right.
Well, all Beckenbauer on that. If that had gone in, there certainly wouldn't have been an assist on it. He must have run 30 yards with that ball, drew Bobby Moore out of position, then fired a low shot just wide on Chersky's left.
Goal kick for Chersky. He boots it long to midfield. Werner Roth heads it, but it's taken by the Sounders. Gordon Wallace, number 4, to Buttle. Correct that. Perotti, number 19. Now Buttle, number 15. 1-0. The Cosmos leading Seattle. 3 weeks from today, we'll have some playoff action for you. As we're getting down to that time, and we'll take a look at those division races and the conference races. Who's looking good for the playoffs at halftime today? Here's Ord in the penalty area, and Giuseppe Wilson, number 23, clears it from him.
Well, that's Giuseppe Wilson marking Tommy Ord, which again I find strange, because Giuseppe Wilson is nominally the right back. He ought to be marking the left winger, who's Mickey Cave, and yet he's following Tommy Ord.
There you get a look at the statistical rundown early on. Sounders still with the advantage in shots. Cleared out there by number 25, Formoso. Still belongs to Seattle. At halftime, we'll have our Nutriment Mini Clinic, an instructional series of soccer tips for all you youngsters featuring Kyle Rote. Today's Mini Clinic features tackling and defending, so stay tuned for that. as well as we'll have last night's scores. And again, that rundown of the standings and who's looking good for the playoffs right now. Ball belongs to New York. Les Perotti there, a little bit disappointed. Into Arrow Yassin they go. Yassin, who played last year behind Shep Messing. And then Messing became free and signed with Oakland. And Yassin has had a pretty good year, a 1.01 goals against average. He's got a pretty good back four generally playing in front of him.
He's had a good back four, but it's been a very varying back four. Been a lot of changes back there throughout the season because of injuries and one thing and another.
Here's a steal. Gordon Wallace to Mickey Cave. He's got room to run. Garbutt trying to come back in. In the middle, here's Ord. Back for Cave, and neither one saw coming in the far post. Gordon Wallace almost unmarked. Goal kick Cosmos. And from Seattle, this is NASL Championship Soccer.
Oh, no, he's home.
A kiss goodbye?
You must go. And besides, your beard, it's rough.
Then I'll shave.
There's no time.
I'll use his Rise with 3 softeners. Rise will start to soak and soften my whiskers in no time. See? Rise helps me get a close shave, quick.
You're smooth, Eddie, and so quick. Father, how about a close shave?
Rise for a quick, close shave.
When you order a beer, do like Smoking Joe. Order light beer from Miller and say no more. It's got the third less calories than the regular beer. Light tastes great, y'all, but listen here. It's not the thing that makes me shout. Light's less filling, and that really knocks me out.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Left in the first half. Seattle in the white with the ball, trailing by a goal. Bundle drops it off to Perotti. They move it into the attacking zone. Perotti with some room. Here's the cross. He's got Butler there, top of the box. Has to bring it out. Buttle starts it in. Back to Butler, 22 yards out now. Tries to go around Roth. The shot just over the bar and a bit wide.
Very good effort there indeed by Butler. That was a shot that wasn't that far wide, and some nice approach work by Butler there too.
Cosmos have it, leading 1-0. They scored very early. There you get a look at the time to play. Cosmos played just the other night, in fact Friday night in Oakland, and beat the Oakland Stoppers 5-1. Got here yesterday afternoon. The Sounders played Thursday night, but here at the Kingdome against Washington. They lost that ball game, a very costly loss for them. Sanino deflected that ball off Perotti. Belongs to the Cosmos. Cosmos will be home to play their final 2 home games of the season at the Meadowlands Wednesday night against the high-flying Toronto Metros. Vastly improved club, scoring a lot of goals. Oh, here's Sanino, and he tries for the far post, but misses wide.
Spectacular bit of dribbling by Sanino there, because he lost the ball twice, he got it back twice, he gave it to Canali, he got it back from Canali through a forest of players, and then muffed his shot.
Toronto also one of the ball clubs that Seattle, Rochester, Dallas, all involved in struggling for a wild card berth. Toronto still has a shot at catching Washington for second place in the Eastern Division, both of them behind the Cosmos. Here's Formoso streaking into the box. Shot is knocked down by Bobby Moore. And Moore has it. Ahead to Buttle. Well, Formoso, with a burst of speed, came streaking into the attack that time.
He got a perfect pass from Bogicevic too, right to his feet, moving at just the same speed as he was running at. He didn't have to speed up to control it. He didn't have to slow down. He just took it in his stride and whacked it, but Bobby Moore was there to block the shot.
Now here comes Bobby Moore, moving up on the attack, directing the attack right now. Dumps it in the middle. They call those, Paul, a hospital pass? But
it was a bad ball, but I mean, they've got it back again here from a rebound. It was a hospital ball, yeah.
Jockey Scott in the corner, juking on Garbutt, tries to go around him, may have an opening. Garbutt gets back to cover up, and then Scott loses the ball. Good bit of work there by Terry Garbutt.
I think there's a bit of frustration there with Scott, though, and that, talking to Coach Jimmy Gabriel, that sort of sums up the way Seattle feel things have been going this season. They feel they just haven't been getting the breaks, not because of teams cheating on them or refereeing or anything of that sort. They just haven't been getting the luck.
The Sounders, as we mentioned, 9-3 at home, and where they've really had the problems on the road. They're 3-11 on the road. But including this ball game today, They've got 3 of their last 4 games here at the Kingdome, so they've got to feel confident, but one of those games is right now. They've got to beat the Cosmos.
When we look at this team, we find, how many players is it, John? Well, Eddie Fermani also surveying matters with his usual imperial look there. We find, what, 3 players missing from the team that so narrowly lost to the Cosmos in last year's Soccer Bowl. Just 3 players, but 3 key players. Dave Gillett, the centre-back, who broke his leg in the first game of the season. Machin, who's out of the game for good with a knee injury, and Robertson.
Here's Perotti into the box, headed down by Alberto. Hustling after it, number 2, Jockey Scott. Of course, Jimmy Robertson, they badly miss him. Had that great speed.
I think they badly miss all 3 of those players. They were 3 very key players, particularly, I think, the centre-back, Dave Gillett, who was so strong and really helped Mike England's game.
Goal kick for the Cosmos here with 10 minutes and 35 seconds. Showing in the scoreboard clock. The referee keeps the official time on the field, but it's generally very close. Out it goes to Formoso on the left side. Now Giuseppe Wilson. Look out, Butler right there, and causes him to give it away. Here comes Jockey Scott, the Sounders on the attack. Butler moves into the middle with Tommy Ord. See if he can beat Formoso now to get a little room. Now in to help out Jimmy McAllister. He and Stevie Hunt battle each other, and down goes McAllister.
The referee's signaling he wants a timeout here. We're going to talk to somebody here. There's McAllister with the ball. Hunt, thinking he can get the ball again, charges into McAllister from behind, knocks him flat, and then falls all over him, cartwheels all over him. The referee's just had a word with Hunt about that. No official caution on it, though.
Free kick for Seattle. And it goes to the penalty area from Bobby Moore. England tries to knock it down in front. Can't do it. Gordon Wallace hustles over. Still maintains control. And he's got it. They'll work it back to midfield and start from there with Steve Buttle. Quinalha and Sanino back to try and get something onto it. But Seattle maintains control. Here comes Bobby Moore. 9:40 left in the first half. Now McAllister goes into the corner with Hunt. And let's see, it will be a throw-in for Seattle in the corner. Said it went over the sideline and not the end line. So McAllister working hard now on the attack. Seattle pushing up. Now here comes the throw-in. England comes down again. Let's see if they go to him. Here goes England. Here headed away by Alberto. Ord comes out to get it. Seattle maintains control. They've really had the territorial advantage. Now Cave in the corner, number 12. Here's the cross. He's got Jockey Scott, the header! Right on to Yassin.
What a lovely play that was. A beautiful diving header from Scott. You see that ball come over again here. Jockey Scott, lovely left-footed cross and a diving header here from Cave. He's right in. He turns the ball well, but Yassin is right there where he should be.
So the Sounders come close again. Still trailing 1-0. 8:45 left in the first half. Cosmos now try to move it in, but Dave Butler hustling back to take it away. And Perotti goes to his goalkeeper, the poetry man, Tony Chersky. And there's Jim Gabriel. He'd like to see a goal before the half. Sounders pushing forward again, but a bad pass there from Butler, intercepted by Sanino. He brings it back the other way. Has Quinalha in the middle. Sanino trying to beat England, can't do it. Oh, a sure-footed tackle by England.
One of those long, strong legs of Mike England just stuck out, and the ball stuck to it like glue.
Now Butler, but he could not beat Giuseppe Wilson to the ball, so the Cosmos try to bring it out. Look at the pressure here from the Sounders, but there's going to be a dangerous kick called there, and a foul on Seattle.
Jockey Scott going in with his foot high in the air.
Here comes Formoso streaking up on the attack. Quinalha advancing ahead of him. He goes for Quinalha. There's driving a shot, and it's just wide. And that's why Quinalha is so dangerous. Goal kick for Seattle. And from Seattle, this is NASL Championship Soccer.
I'm not going to make the same mistake. Next time, I want my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Celica. If you can find a better built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can't. Toyotas are built to perform, to take it, to last. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
I'm finally going to get my money's worth. More.
More. Ask for it, you got it, Toyota.
If you suffer with athlete's foot, you should know what these students helped us prove. Here at the University of New Mexico, in a major clinical study, proof that nothing is more effective than Desenex. We use students with sore, itching athlete's foot to test #1 Desenex against the 2 other leading brands. Results? New scientific evidence that short of a prescription, nothing is better than Desinex. Nothing.
So if you're still suffering with athlete's foot, don't blame Desinex.
John Miller, Paul Gardner. Here comes Seattle again, trailing by a goal, but Jockey Scott gives it away to Sanino. Quickly goes for Quinaglia. Mike England back to cover up. Sanino running down the middle. Quinaglia looking for the opening. Fires the shot. Sanino was offside anyway, according to the linesman on the near side.
Well, the funny thing about that is that we'd seen earlier on a marvelous shot by Quinaglia on the run. On that one, he had much more time, and Quinaglia has said to me many times, he said he doesn't like time. He's got to think.
There's Jimmy Gabriel.
Quinaglia likes the ball in the area, and he likes to be able to react instantaneously to it, where he's got to run on like that. You saw him sort of hesitate and set up his shot there, and the shot went awry.
Steve Buttle now into the attacking zone, looking for an opening. The Sounders trying to get that equalizer. 6 minutes left. Cave into the right wing corner. Butler hustles after it, gets it in the corner. Picked up by Formoso, tries to go around him, an obstruction on Formoso. And Seattle will get a free kick in the corner.
Dangerous place for a free kick. I don't really know why Formosa should carry on so much there. There he is there. He's shaking his head as though he doesn't understand it. I can't believe that he doesn't understand it. It was clear obstruction. He stepped right in front of the player.
Formoso played collegiately at the University of Pennsylvania. McAllister in the corner. Now Formoso must be 10 yards from the ball here. Buttle is the man to take it. Again, Mike England moves down. He's sitting in the far post now. They go for England. Here's the header. It hits the bar. The rebound. Goal! Jockey Scott.
Well, there's a little protesting going on here now from Yassin about that. I don't know why they would protest about it. Here you'll see the free kick coming over. It goes to the far post where they've positioned Mike England. The Cosmos must know he's there. He jumps, he gets his head on the ball, over Yassin, hits the bar, comes out, and there's Jockey Scott all alone, volleys it with right foot into the net. Beautiful goal, very well worked by Seattle indeed.
Well, it just seemed a matter of time the way the Sounders were going, as that one hit the crossbar and the header from England as they went to the far post. And Paul, we saw exactly what you mentioned earlier on, the great danger England presents in that sort of play up around that goal mound.
England, of course, he's tall, so he gets up there, but it's not just that. When he gets his head on the ball, Jockey Scott's first goal of the season, when England gets his head on the ball, he gets power on it and he gets direction on it. It's not just hitting his head and bouncing off anywhere. And you saw there, he got up and he directed his header over Yassin and was very unlucky not to score with a header directly. Well, there's McAllister flattened on the running track. Not looking too happy either.
Referee Courtney has stopped time here with 4 minutes showing on the scoreboard. We'll get a look at that one. McAllister a little slow in getting up.
He's running. This is Stevie Hunt. Of course, they've been battling all the afternoon there. McAllister trying, I think that's Carlos Oberu coming in and probably getting a foot on McAllister's ankle from the look of it.
It has been scored as a goal kick for the Cosmos. The Sounders trainer out to have a look at McAllister now. And the Sounders are going to be a man short until McAllister gets permission to come back in the field.
Well, in fact, he's run back on the field, and he shouldn't have done that because he hasn't got permission yet.
Now the referee has called the foul on Stevie Hunt. 1-1 ball game, so the Sounders have tied it up. Jockey Scott, who scored 6 goals last year, scores his first goal this year. And Mike England and who was it? Buttle made the initial kick. I guess would get assists. 1-1 tie. Parodi goes around Garbett. He brings it into the attacking zone. Here's Butler on top. Has trouble with the trap. And Roth drops it to Alberto. Alberto straight ahead for Bogacevich. 1-1 tie. The Cosmos, who are way ahead in their division, still need the victories because they're fighting with Vancouver in that national conference to see which team has the better record and the most points, which could come into play later on in the playoffs. So there's still a lot of reasons for the Cosmos to go out and win a ball game. Belongs to New York. Sounders continually applying the pressure. Here's Hunt. Beckenbauer trying to get it out of the area now. Giuseppe Wilson, number 23, Formoso, having trouble getting beyond the midfield line. Now Stevie Hunt at midfield. Garbett, Beckenbauer. We go to the open side now, and here's Sanino, picked up by Perotti. Garbutt in the middle. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. Back to Garbutt. Nice give and go that time with Roth. Garbutt. Reverse pivot in the middle for Stevie Hunt. Jockey Scott is there to take it away. Now to Gordon Wallace. Quick pass. They start the counterattack with Davy Butler. He's into the attacking zone across the 35. Goes around Roth. Here's the cross, but he miskicked the ball. He had Mickey Cave coming down the middle, and right behind him was Tommy Ord.
Again, we see plenty of space here on the right side of the Cosmos defense where they're not playing a right fullback, and Seattle are constantly taking advantage of this.
Well, if Butler had been able to get that ball across, just as you say, he had a couple of guys who could have done some damage with it. Buttle and England officially were given assists in the goal by Jockey Scott. Here come the Cosmos. Bogacevich, look out! Perotti takes it away. Now Bobby Moore. And a foul has been called on Bogacevich. 1:15 to go. The Sounders bring it up again. Quick pass for Butler. He's open to the left wing. Cave is going down the middle. Roth over to pick him up. Cave is wide open on the right side, the far post, but Roth has cleared it out of bounds. Throw in Seattle.
Good saving tackle by Roth, but it had to be because, once again, where were the defenders down that side of the field there? Roth is not the right back.
Here's Buttle. You see the time on the scoreboard. The Sounders now applying tremendous pressure on the Cosmos goal, trying to get the lead going into the locker room. Here's Gordon Wallace. He drives in, tries to feed it in front for Ord, cleared out by Wilson. Comes to Bobby Moore. Now Perotti on the left side. Seattle has everybody but one moving up now beyond midfield. Here's Buttle. Ahead for Mickey Cave. Back for Buttle. Time running out on them. Jockey Scott will try to move it in. Scott left alone. Chips inside for Cave. It's over his head. Yassine takes it down. Now Beckenbauer didn't see that man behind him. Buttle. They may have time for one more rush in the net. 7 seconds. Time running out. They're going to have to hurry. Outside for Jockey Scott. But remember, the referee keeps official time. Here goes Gordon Wallace, and just as he goes up for the ball, the whistle blows. And that is the end of the first half. A wild one. The score at halftime. Cosmos 1, Sounders 1. This is NASL Championship Soccer.
We'll be right back with more NASL Championship Soccer right after station identification. This is the TVS Television Network.
presenting the Nutriment Mini Clinic, our halftime feature of soccer tips starring Kyle Roth. Today's mini clinic covers tackling and defending.
You know, guys, in other sports like basketball and football, the championship teams are those teams that not only can score, but also play very good defense. And the concept is really quite simple. Your team can't score unless you get the ball. And to be able to get the ball without the other team scoring, you've got to be able to play good defense. Tackling in soccer refers to the ball and not your opponent. The object of tackling is to win the ball away from the opposing player, maintaining possession for yourself or steering it to a teammate, or out of danger. The sliding tackle is an effective way to steal the ball. Try to slide into the ball, stripping it from your opponent. Remember, you must contact the ball first before your opponent. Keep in front of your man and concentrate on the ball. Wait for it to get in front of him before you go for it. Another way to win the ball from your opponent is the front block tackle. You block the ball dead and hopefully take the ball away, maintaining possession for your team. The sliding block tackle is just what it states. It's a combination of both. Block the ball on the slide and regain your balance as quickly as possible so that you can control the ball. A cardinal rule on defense is to stay between your opponent and the goal. From there, try to anticipate when the ball is going to be played to your opponent and steal it. You know, some of the best defenders in the world don't always go and try and tackle or steal the ball from an opponent who's trying to dribble at them. And one way that you can be a very effective defender is to make that player use his worst skill. Now, Gordon here is right-footed, and he may not want to use his left foot. So if I come on him like this, I will force Gordon, if he's going to dribble past me, to use his left foot. So remember, defending is not always tackling or stealing the ball, but it's making that opponent use his weakest skill. I'd like to thank each of you here and those of you at home for attending today's Nutriment Mini Clinic, presented by Nutriment, the bodybuilding energy food. And watch for our next clinic, which will feature tips on kicking. Footage for these tips are from the 13 Films, Soccer for Everyone instructional series. For further information or film order,
the explosive energy of Kyle Roth Jr.
to play for 90 minutes with no timeouts, you need a lot of energy. That's why I train with Nutriment. It's a bodybuilding energy food. For 10 years, Nutriment's helped give me the nutrition and calories I need to build up my body and to go all out on the field.
Hey, Kyle, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Nutriment. It gives you energy to burn.
I think women are becoming a little more frightening to men these days. Maybe because we're freer to do much more. But some men aren't intimidated at all. They enjoy our freedom. Those are the men I like. And you know, those are the men who wear English leather cologne. English leather fits the way they live. It's so clean and natural, and I love it. So all my men wear English leather, or they wear nothing at all.
Look for English leather in a wide selection of gift sets. Of gift sets.
John Miller back at halftime at the Kingdome in Seattle. A lot of ball games last night in the NASL, all important in regard to the standings, or most anyway. San Jose broke a 13-game losing streak at Los Angeles. Detroit came from behind, got 2 goals from Trevor Francis. And Houston beat Memphis to move themselves into the playoff running. Washington was down 2 goals and scored 3 in the second half to beat Rochester. And Tampa Bay, playing at home, beats New England. The standings right now. Remember, all the division winners and the second-place teams advance automatically to the playoffs. You see the Cosmos and Washington pretty comfortable, but Toronto and Rochester fighting for the playoffs as well. In the central of the NSC now, a wide-open race even for the top spot among those 3 teams, Tulsa, Minnesota, and Dallas. Over in the Western Division of the National Conference, Vancouver with a great record, and they appear now to have the edge for first place. Portland for second, and Seattle, of course, struggling for the playoffs as a wild card team. In the American Conference, New England, Tampa Bay, Fort Lauderdale, one of the best division races of all, and still all fighting for the top spot. Meanwhile, in the Central Division, Detroit has already wrapped it up. Chicago, which had lost 10 straight at one point, now fighting for second with Houston, and Memphis still with an outside shot at it. In the West, San Diego has already wrapped up the top spot, and California and Oakland still fighting for second or a playoff berth as a wild card team. Games today and also this Tuesday, Dallas embarking on a road trip. Both games very important for them, and that's a big one today for Minnesota and Tulsa, too.
The second half of NASL Championship Soccer is being sponsored by Lowenbrau. When you want the taste of a truly great beer, there's really only one. Tonight, let it be Lowenbrau. And by Toyota, makers of quality-built cars and trucks, hopes you're enjoying today's soccer game. You asked for it, you got it. Toyota. And by the people who bring you the light, refreshing taste of Coca-Cola. Coke adds life to the games you're playing and the life you're living.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Hello, Counselor.
Hi, Dad.
I heard a rumor you finally passed the bar exam.
Yes.
Congratulations. Frank?
Frank, well, the prime ribs and a couple of Lowenbrau.
Prime ribs? Lowenbrau? What are you doing?
Buying dinner for the guy who put me through law school.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrau.
It's the good friends.
Let it be Lowenbrau.
Good friends.
I look everywhere. I find nothing.
Suppose you lose your wallet on vacation.
I've no cash, no credit cards. You had nothing?
What about your raincoat?
Good idea. Mario?
We have no money.
We got problems.
What'll you do? What will you do? Rely on American Express traveler's checks. If they're lost, you can get a full refund at over 60,000 places. American Express traveler's checks. Don't leave home without them.
If you got a story to tell, and you really want to tell it well, get it, don't forget it, on Kodak film. If you got something to say, then say it in a colorful way. Get it, don't forget it, on Kodak film. You feel better when you say I got it. Ooh, better when you say I got it. 'Cause with Kodak film, you got what it
It's as much fun to be in back of the camera as it is to be in front of it.
I got it! I got it!
So keep on snapping, because with Kodak film, you've got what it takes.
I got it! I got it! I got it!
With Kodak film, you've got what it takes.
John Miller and Paul Gardner back at the Kingdome in Seattle. We're just a few moments away from kicking off the second half. 1-1 tie. The Cosmos scored early, the Sounders scored late. And in between times, both ball clubs had numerous other chances. And you see the Sounders waiting to kick off. They'll be moving from left to right. And there you see some of the Cosmos coming into your picture. And it looks to me like the Cosmos may not have changed their lineup, but they have changed their attire somewhat.
You're looking at their socks, Joe?
Is that what they are?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Second half is underway. 1-1 tie in the first half. The Sounders had 17 shots, the Cosmos 12. And you see the Cosmos with a slight advantage in the corner kicks. Sounders goalkeeper, Chersky, credited with only one save. So the Cosmos with the one goal in the net and the one that Chersky saved, and their other chances were high, wide, or just not there. Sounders of the ball. Boguchevich scored his 8th goal, an assist from Hunt at 4:29. Jockey Scott scored his first goal, assists from Buttle and England. Here's Wallace in the corner, tries the cross, deflected by Formoso, and a corner kick for Seattle, their 3rd of the game. At the end of the ball game, the U.S. Tobacco Company will present awards to an offensive and defensive player of the game. The award consists of a trophy to be retained by the winners, as well as a cash prize of $1,000 to each. If both winners are from the same team, U.S. Tobacco will add $500 to the prize money. We'll have that for you at the end of the ball game. It'll be the Skoll Happy Days, player of the game, offensive and defensive. Here's the corner kick. Buttle cleared out by Carlos Alberto. I don't know, Paul, you see the Cosmos more than I do. Is there some story behind those socks?
There better be, I think, don't you?
Here's Jockey Scott, puts it on the net, just tipped over the bar by Yassin.
Beautiful save by Yassin. In fact, the referee says he didn't touch it. Well, there's an offside call on the play here. He's over this curling shot. He cuts inside and then back outside the fullback there. Curling shot. Yassin just gets his fingertips on it, but Ord there, number 18, is called offside by the linesman. So it all went for naught anyway.
Free kick for the Cosmos. Yassin. See what he'll do with it. He's going to send it long beyond midfield, and what he has done is, well, almost gave it back to Seattle, but Beckenbauer down to Boguchevich. Here comes Garbett, number 14. 1-1 tie in the first half, a wild one. And Seattle, really, the last 22 minutes or so, pretty much dominated play. Formoso chip into the box, and Bobby Moore is there to take it away and drops it into goalkeeper Tony Chersky. Chersky has 9. Oh, look out.
That all looks very cool, doesn't it? Bobby Moore playing with complete poise back there, making it look all very easy, even though he got 2, Stevie Hunt and Canale, right on top of him.
Of course, it was last year Stevie Hunt taking the ball away from Chersky when everybody else had moved out of the area, and he put it in the net for the game's first goal in Soccer Bowl 77.
I'm sure Chersky remembers that, and I'm sure that's not going to happen again in this game. If indeed, if it ever happens to Chersky again.
Well, he's a fine goalkeeper, 9 shutouts this year. This is only his 3rd year with the Sounders. Already he's had 25 shutouts. The Poetry Man. Here's Sanino with a steal for the Cosmos. Chip into the middle, Boguchevich. It's alone for the moment. Jimmy McAllister coming back in. Now wide open far post. Sanino moves in. He's around England, and England from behind clears it over the end line. Corner kick for the Cosmos.
Beautiful pass from Boguchevich again, seeing Sanino way out on the right wing. A lovely long cross. Sanino cutting him, and he couldn't quite control. You see how high that ball bounces on this artificial turf. Still, he'll get the pleasure of taking the corner kick himself now.
Sanino, 29 years of age. Get Boguchevich, Quinalia. Giuseppe Wilson comes down with Garbett. Goes outside the box to Beckenbauer. They'll work it from straight on. Now to Stevie Hunt. Inside the box to Wilson. Back to Hunt. He looks for an opening now. He chips it high and wide. Goal kick Seattle. From Seattle, this is NASL Championship Soccer.
Sounders goalkeeper Tony Chersky with the ball. Starts it ahead to Bobby Moore. We've played 5 minutes and 10 seconds of the second half. Here comes Tommy Ord. Number 18. He has Mickey Cave working out front. Ord has to beat Carlos Alberto. Stead drops it back. Goes to the 35. Jockey Scott. He goes straight in. Looking. Has Ord in front. Goes to the right. Here's Buttle. Formoso picks him up. Buttle will try to beat him now. Goes outside with it. Here's the cross. Far post. It's cleared away by number 6, Beckenbauer. Mickey Cave picks it up. He starts it back. Cave looking for an opening. Dangerous foot of Mickey Cave. But there's Giuseppe Wilson to break it up. So the Cosmos back the other way. Quickly, here comes Sanino. Well, you give him an opening, he's off to the races. But a bad pass. McAllister takes it away. Bogacevic tried to hit Hunt, couldn't do it. McAllister, a lot of room to run. Got Ord ahead of him, looking for Ord. Ord is in an offside position, so he has to bring it out. Now McAllister dumps it out on top. Jockey Scott, 30 yards away, starts in. Lateral pass. Perotti up now. He goes to work on Garbett. Into the corner with Garbett. Perotti comes out with it to Mickey Cave. Now Gordon Wallace. Ships into the box. Here's Butler offside. The Cosmos had their wall of defenders set up about 8 yards from the goal line, and Butler had gone in beyond them. Offside. Handball by Gordon Wallace. Free kick for the Cosmos on that foul. Paul, do you see where the Cosmos have made any changes at all?
In what do you mean, tactically?
Defensively?
No, I can't. I'm still puzzled by the position that Giuseppe Wilson is playing. As I say, nominally he's the right back, but he seems to be marking Tommy Ord still, and he seems to be being drawn all over the field. And it's creating problems for me for a start to explain what's going on, but it seems to be creating problems for the Cosmos themselves.
Beckenbauer for Wilson on the left side.
Now he's playing left back.
Well, he and Formoso are both on the left side. Now Stevie Hunt. Fans give him the razz when he gets the ball now. Here comes Garbett. Garbett tries to beat Perotti into the penalty box. Tries the cross, knocked down by Perotti. And Garbett lets it go over the line, so the Cosmos have a corner kick. Garbett will set it up. They've been going outside the box to work it in from the top with Beckenbauer. Now Stevie Hunt. Let's see what he'll do. He'll do the same thing to Beckenbauer. Chest trap, shot, headed out.
Big head of Mike England again, solidly in the way of the ball.
Formoso with a high chip to nobody in particular. And Garbett chases it down for the Cosmos. Now Alberto, quick chip. Nobody there. Now Perotti clears it out. Cosmos will get it again. Werner Roth and Beckenbauer. It goes to Formoso, moving in on the left side toward the penalty box. This is Sanino on the left side now. Tries to go around McAllister. The cross knocked down. Formoso has to go back and chase it. The Cosmos maintaining control of the ball here, but they've not been able to get anything resembling a shot in the net. And finally, Formoso lost and a throw in for the Sounders. Gordon Wallace has it taken away by Stevie Hunt. A good hustling play, and then Hunt loses the ball. And then Buttle loses the ball to Bogacevic of the Cosmos. Quinalha looking for that 30th goal to tie the league record. Beckenbauer, chip ahead. And Perotti, with nobody there, plays it to himself. Cosmos offensively appear to have hit a bit of a dull spot here. This is Mickey Cave, comes back to get it at midfield. Jockey Scott, who scored their goal. He's got a lot of room there. Cosmos laying back. He drives with a shot from 32 yards. And a Cosmos goal kick from Seattle. This is NASL Championship Soccer.
Co-ed's life when those oldies but goodies start to play. Those sounds bring back memories of yesterday. It's been a long time since those songs were sung. You're older, but those goodies prove your heart's still young. Coke as life
Shep Messing for Smokeless Tobacco.
I love soccer, and I love tobacco, but I don't light up. I get my tobacco pleasure the smokeless way. So can you. With mild, easy-to-use Happy Days. It's a smokeless tobacco with a great fresh mint flavor. Just a little pinch between your cheek and gum is all it takes. The best part of going smokeless? It's really relaxing. Try some.
Seattle on the attack, bundle into the penalty box, and Alberto clears it away from him. And a corner kick for the Seattle Sounders. We have 34 minutes and 15 seconds showing in the scoreboard clock. A 1-1 tie. We're in the second half. We'll look at the statistical rundown. Buttle to the near post. Jockey Scott back heels it for England. England tries to maintain control. Now McAllister's got it. Behind him, Alberto comes. Sounders still have the ball. Buttle tries to go around Formoso. McAllister. Jockey Scott fighting with Stevie Hunt. Scott wins the duel. Here's Gordon Wallace. He's got Ord and Cave ahead. Goes to the left for Dave Butler. Sanino comes back for the Cosmos. Perotti into the box. Cleared out. Formoso. Now Stevie Hunt in the midfield, but lost it. Here comes Bobby Moore, number 9. So the Sounders trying to build the attack, get the go-ahead goal. Mickey Cave through the legs of Boguchevich to Tommy Ord, and then Boguchevich digs it loose. Buttle to Scott. Sounders still have it. They play cautious around the goal area here. Now Buttle back to the 35-yard line, the offside line. Straight ahead, Bobby Moore dumps it off on the left side. Werner Roth saw it coming. But now Mickey Cave has it anyway. Chips into the box. Here's Scott, headed away by Formoso. So the Cosmos have stopped every thrust here in the sequence. But Seattle has it again. Perotti. No, Quinalia takes it away. Cosmos with a counterattack. Quinalia and Sanino. They go for Quinalia. And Bobby Moore with that anticipation takes it away. We got the counterattack the other way now. Here comes Wallace. A low cross for Tommy Ord. Goes after the ball. Comes to Gordon Wallace. Cave. Still loose in the corner. Cave goes after it with Beckenbauer. Drops it out to Buttle. Crossing to the box for Butler. The header! Wide of the net.
Near thing. Yassin looking very cool about that, but there was a certain amount of panic in the Cosmos defense when that cross came over here. You see that ball hit first time, and it's dipping. Up go the heads, and the header is, well, you can see that's not more than about 18 inches wide there. I think the Cosmos, though, had cause for complaint earlier in that sequence when Carlos Alberto was knocked absolutely flat in his face when a charge from behind by Tommy Ord. The referee waved play on. I don't really understand why.
Here comes McAllister. Saunders moving in again. In the box for Cave. Over his head, and Werner Roth lets it roll. And the Cosmos will get it on a throw-in. Now Mickey Cave hustling over to knock it out of bounds. Throw in again for the Cosmos. 31-20 left. Cosmos offense has been non-existent for virtually the entire second half. Long throw in over the head of Quinalia. Boguchevich goes after it. Leaves it for Quinalia. Mike England goes with Quinalia. Backheeled by Quinalia, but Buttle intercepts.
Oh, nice try by Quinalia. Just a little bit more power on that backheel, and I think Boguchevich would have had a clean break there.
Here comes Jockey Scott for the Sounders. And across the 35. Now Butler on top. Boguchevich right on his back. And he makes the bad pass with that pressure from Boguchevich. Boguchevich to the midfield area. Sanino starts it in. Quinalia looking for number 30. Into the box. Winds. Fires. A save. The rebound. Loose in front. The Sounders have put it into their own net.
Oh dear. That's a calamity for the Sounders there. You have Perotti feeling very unhappy about that, inevitably being consoled by Steve Buttle. But a marvelous shot by Quinalia. Here he comes on his own, lines it up, and he really does hit the ball with ferocious power there, and it's a sort of a back-heeled effort by Perotti before Chersky can get up.
It's 2-1 Cosmos from Seattle. This is NASL Championship Soccer.
a lifeguard, you practice all you can, because saving a few seconds may save a few lives. But now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
The Dutch Masters buyers are in France for the international auction of rare African Cameroon tobacco. There are two secrets they must keep to win some of the best leaf for Dutch Masters: the exact leaf they want and the price they'll pay.
That's a nice color.
When their bid is opened by the French auctioneers, they'll learn if they've won some of the best.
Acheteur Dutch Masters.
Taste the taste the world competes for in a Dutch Masters Cameroon whiff. There really are masters at Dutch Masters.
Cosmos have a 2-1 lead. That was an own goal. Les Perotti put it into his own net. Although Quinalha, certainly you would have to give him some sort of an assist in that one.
Well, you would, but of course he won't get one because you don't get assists on own goals. So he still only has 29 goals, although it was his shot, something like a 20-yard shot, which Chersky simply couldn't hold it. It was simply too powerful. He pushed it out, and then before he could get up, it hit Perotti on the heel and came back and was back in the net again. Very unlucky for the Seattle Sounders.
So now the Sounders are playing for the tie at this point. A foul has been called on Stevie Hunt. And a free kick for the Cosmos.
Stevie Hunt thought about throwing the ball away there, but he thought better of it, just dropped it on the ground.
Bobby Moore will take the free kick. Goes to the far post. Here comes the veteran England. And he kind of bumped shoulders with Beckenbauer that time and took a fall. Yassine took it out of the air. Jockey Scott hustling back to take it away. And the Sounders will start it in again. This is Gordon Wallace, number 4. Goes around Bogicevic and obstruction on Bogicevic.
Pushes the ball around Bogicevic, but doesn't get himself around Bogicevic. That's a classic bit of obstruction, I think. You let the ball go past you, or at least it goes past you, and you just stand in the player's way.
Look out, here's Cave, but he can't control the ball, almost fell over it. The time of that goal was 59 minutes and 48 seconds. Into the ball game. We have 27 and a half minutes showing in the scoreboard left of the match. 2-1 Cosmos. Seattle could really be in serious trouble if they don't win this ball game in terms of making the playoffs. They're by no means out of the playoffs, win or lose. But they would be in a position where they'd almost have to win all 3 of their ball games to assure themselves of a spot. Now the Cosmos with some room to run. Senino, Quinalha ahead of him, goes for Quinalha, but it was deflected and England drops it back to the goalkeeper Chersky. He wastes no time in getting it out.
I don't know whether that was a pass. It was a very strangely directed pass if it was meant for Quinalha. And Quinalha's attitude after the ball was intercepted suggested that he wasn't too happy with it either.
Jockey Scott to the right wing for Gordon Wallace. Bogicevic takes it down. He'll bring it back the other way. Long run to midfield. Still going, but runs into McAllister. He held it too long. Final score, Chicago has won again. The Chicago Sting with Karl-Heinz Granitza, Stefan Hagen. Got some guys over there can score some goals. They've really made a turnaround since the beginning of the season. Cave to Butler. Trying to give it back to Cave, but unable to do so. Beckenbauer to Quinalha, back to Franz. Haven't really heard from Franz offensively a whole lot in the second half. He had a very beautiful run at a near goal in the first half.
Yeah, no, he's had a quiet game for him. This business of playing him in midfield, I still don't think he looks like a midfielder to me. He still looks to me as though he's playing out of position. Of course, Coach Eddie Firmani is in charge here and will disagree with me strongly, I'm sure.
Jockey Scott. Somebody disagree with you? Oh, look out. Ord. Onside! Just wide!
There's going to be a few protests to the linesman about that. There's Beckenbauer saying whatever the German equivalent is of something I can't say in English anyway.
Formoso and Wilson have both come over to argue with linesman George Craggs. Meanwhile, a yellow card has been issued to Werner Roth. He was onside. I kept waiting for a flag to go up.
Well, the referee's flag is up now. I don't know what for.
Now Yassine is going to come over and argue with the linesman.
Yassine is going to be pushed out of the way by Carlos Alberto, who says, go away. I will take charge of this.
Werner Roth got the yellow card. That's the second Cosmos player to get the yellow.
Well, there's the ball. Well, of course, we can't really see picking it up at this stage where he was when that ball was played, but certainly when he got it, he looked as though he was offside. But I mean, you really can't tell anything on that. You've got to see where he was when the ball was played to him, and you've got to see it sort of in line with it, otherwise it can be very deceptive. Well, there are yellow cards flying in all directions down there now.
Looks like the referee, Paul, went over to talk to George Craggs, the linesman, to see if he thought perhaps anything unseemly was said to him by some of those Cosmos players.
Well, the linesman had his flag up for some reason or other, which suggested that, A, that he wanted the referee to come over, that he had something to tell him.
So who got that, Formoso? Formoso got it. So Roth and Formoso got yellow cards in that play. For Werner Roth, that was his third yellow card. Formoso picked up his third.
It's a little disturbing to see this from a team of the quality of the Cosmos. It really isn't necessary to do all this arguing. Okay, so they thought the guy was offside. He didn't score anyway. A solid protest, I think, is all that's necessary. All this crowding around the referee, shrieking at the linesman.
Well, with the pressure the Sounders have been putting on, perhaps they can use the rest.
Well, they've got a rest, but they've also got 2 yellow cards along with it, which is not going to help them at all.
You only get one of those. Next time it's a red card and you're out of the ball game. Les Perotti takes it away. 25 minutes and 10 seconds. Gergarev, you just saw. Fred Gergarev has come on to the ball game for the Cosmos.
Sanino is off, I think.
Gergarev, a 27-year-old, 6'1", 166. Here's Beckenbauer, chips inside for Hunt. Over his head, Bobby Moore clears. Perotti back to Moore. A risky passing there. Now ahead to Mickey Cave. Wilson all over him, number 23. And the ball belongs to the Sounders.
Hey, you've got another example there. Wilson did not agree with that call of the linesman and practically swung himself off his feet, throwing his arm into the air.
Stevie Hunt almost daring the referee there to give him a yellow card. Clock still running, 24-20 showing in the scoreboard. Left in the match, 2-1 Cosmos. Talking about own goals, Minnesota this year has twice lost games 1-0 on own goals. That's a tough year.
The only thing that can be said in favor of own goals in this league is that by and large the league do not publish the name of the player who put through his own goal.
Very charitable. Into the box.
But everywhere else in the world, of course, they do.
Now here's Gordon Wallace. And a foul was called, and Wallace is going to get a yellow card as he kicks the ball away.
Now why he should again go through all that business is just beyond me. All these players know that if they kick the ball away or throw it away after a foul, they stand, I should think, a 90% chance of getting a yellow card. In this game, he can't be in any doubt because the referee's already made it clear that's what he's going to do.
Well, plus when he kicks the ball away like that, they don't stop the clock. He's hurting himself even further.
Well, it's up to the referee. They may not stop the official clock. The referee may add on a bit of time at the end for that.
Errol Yassin will boot it long up the field. Hunt knocks it down to Terry Garbutt. Now inside, here goes Hunt. He's got the ball. Right out in front, Quinella looking for number 30. Fires the shot high and wide. Goal kick for the Seattle Sounders. And from Seattle, this is NASL Championship Soccer.
Oh, doesn't anybody give you your money's worth these days?
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Corolla two-door sedan, Toyota's lowest price car. If you can find a better built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can't, because Toyotas are built with the economy and reliability you're asking for. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
Finally, I'm getting my money's worth.
More.
You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
The explosive energy of Kyle Rote Jr.
To play for 90 minutes with no timeouts, you need a lot of energy. That's why I train with Nutrimint. It's a bodybuilding energy food. For 10 years, Nutrimint's helped give me the nutrition and calories I need to build up my body and to go all out on the field.
Hey, Kyle, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Nutrimint. It gives you energy to burn.
John Miller with Paul Gardner from the Kingdom in Seattle. Don't forget, 3 weeks from today on Sunday, August 13th. Well, oh, look out there. Mickey Cave coming in from behind Werner Roth that time.
Well, linesman's flag up again. I think he's telling them they've got to take that goal kick again. It did not go out of the penalty area. When that ball is kicked like that, it has to go out. Well, we've just seen the line there. It has to go outside that area. If it doesn't go outside, then the kick has to be retaken.
Long pass for Stevie Hunt. Can't get to it. All the way into Tony Chersky. August 13th, Sunday. We'll have a big playoff game for you. A quarterfinal round game. Here comes Mickey Cave. Here's the cross right out front. Werner Roth knocks it down to Alberto. They had Dave Butler moving in for the Sounders. Bogachevich to Kinalia. Quick pass for Gergarev. Can he catch up to it? He does. Picked up by Perotti. Kinalia now moving down to the middle. Gergarev working. Garbett for Stevie Hunt now. Hunt tries to go around McAllister. Here's the cross in front. And Mike England took it away, but gives it right back to Gergarev. Shot and a save. Kinalia with a header wide. Goal kick Seattle. And Chersky is furious, wanting to know what the devil happened out front with that defense.
Well, he certainly had to make a spectacular save to get rid of that. I think that was Garbett on the shot there. There's Hunt's cross. England there, playing it very calmly, but giving it straight away. There's Garbett there with a shot, which, oh my dear. Chersky really had to put everything in to save that one.
Well, he kept the Sounders in the match with that one. 20.5 minutes to go. Would have been pretty tough to come back from 3-1. It's 2-1 Cosmos right now. Now Bobby Moore moving in. Gordon Wallace in the middle. Back to Moore. A couple of veterans there. Some people say the Sounders have too many veterans. At the 35 to 37-year-old variety. Beckenbauer clears all the way back to midfield. Look at that. Only Mike England is back there. The Sounders have everybody else moving up. Bobby Moore. Steve Buttle. Buttle goes around Gergarev. In the middle, puts it right on to Bogachevich. Made a nice move and then gave it away. Here comes New York. Gergarev has room to run now. Moves in on Bobby Moore. Kinalia in front. Wilson far post. And Giorgio going after the ball. Still looking for number 30. Garbett. Back to Gergarev. So the Cosmos on the attack now with 19:25 unofficially left in the match. Bogachevich. Beckenbauer. Steps around Wallace. Looks for the opening. Fires a shot and a diving save by Chersky.
Jimmy Gabriel and Paul Crossley behind him, who evidently he's going to send in. I have no idea who would be taking out under these circumstances. There really hasn't been a weak link.
Paul Crossley, who has been here since 1975. And they're holding up a number 4 for Gordon Wallace, so apparently that's who they want to take out. Sounders looking for the tying goal. Right on it goes from Dave Butler to El Yassin.
Wallace coming out, not because he's playing badly or anything, he's simply tiring, I think. That's Wallace's number. That indicates to me the number of the player who's coming off when they can get a chance, when the ball's dead, when it's out of play.
Here comes Jockey Scott. And Beckenbauer clears it away to Terry Garbett. 18:25 left. Cosmos 2, Sounders 1. The Cosmos with a victory today. You get a look at the crowd here. Pretty good crowd, 36,610. The Cosmos can maintain this lead. They will clinch the Eastern Division title in the National Soccer Conference. Now here's Hunt. He drives with a shot, and Chersky doesn't give up the rebound.
He had 2 excellent saves from Chersky in the last 2 or 3 minutes on these low shots. He gets down to them very well, and he smothers them. They don't bounce away.
So the Sounders now trying to get the counterattack going. They need a goal to tie. No chance to get Paul Crossley in there. Normally plays a winger. Now here's Jockey Scott moving in. Bogachevich picks him up, looking out in front. Scott Cave sitting in the penalty area. Dave Butler also. They go back out to Bobby Moore. Here's Cave coming out to get it. Knocked away from him by Garbett. Bogachevich starts it out to Stevie Hunt. So the Sounders unable to even penetrate that box now for a while. Here comes Hunt, a lot of room. Bogachevich, Kinalia up there with him. Now Gergarev coming in on the right side. Kinalia back to Gergarev. and Chersky comes out to get it. Kinalya ends up flat on his face.
Kinalya limping back, but I don't think there were no protests from Kinalya on that one. It was a good solid tackle from England. He went down, but I think it was a fair tackle.
Nice interception by Formoso. Garbett takes it away from two Seattle players. Beckenbauer in midfield. Bogacevich back to Beckenbauer. Starts it in. Kinalya just to his left now. Beckenbauer around Bobby Moore. For Kinalya, the header! Diving save again by Tony Chersky.
Kinalya must be getting very frustrated here. Lovely run by Beckenbauer again here. Going past defender after defender. Looking, and a little chip there. Kinalya has to dive for that. He gets his head on it. He directs it well. Maybe not going in that one, but still a good, solid save by Chersky.
Seattle with the ball. Here's Jockey Scott, number 2. Bogacevich all over his back. Cosmos trying to preserve their 1-goal advantage. 16 minutes coming up on the clock. 36,610. Start to make a lot of noise here in Seattle, and a foul is called. And now the referee, I think, is going to have a chat with Fred Gergerev there.
I don't think that was a foul, but I think it was just clumsiness. Gergerev, of course, is an attacker, not a defender. His tackling is not too good. We finally got Crossley into the game here. Wallace going off.
See that crossed arm signal there by George Courtney, signifying stopping the clock.
Popular man here, evidently. I think a good solid cheer for both Wallace going off for the performance he's put in so far, and an expectation of what Crossley can do for the Sounders.
Here's the free kick. England far post. He's all over Bogacevich. The header by Ord is over the bar. That gives the Cosmos a goal kick from Seattle. This is NASL Championship Soccer.
Hey, the sun's gonna shine all day. Don't run too fast, you can come in last, 'cause the sun's gonna shine all day. Hey, the sun's gonna shine all day. Good time, just fine. Spark where the sun don't shine. Hey, do you hear what the weatherman say? It's time for a coat, it ain't no joke. The sun's gonna shine all day. Hey, the sun's gonna shine all day. Coca-Cola, when the midday sun takes over. Coke gets light, and everybody wants a little light. The sun's gonna shine all day. It's time for a Coke, 'cause it ain't no joke. The sun's gonna shine all day. Hey, the sun's gonna shine all day. Coca-Cola, before the day gets older. Coke gets light, and everybody wants a little light. The sun's gonna shine all day. It's time for a Coke, 'cause it ain't no joke. The sun's gonna shine.
Free kick for the Seattle Sounders here. Chance to tie. Perotti to Mickey Cave. And there is Terry Garvin to step in and intercept. He brings it up the field, and he's tripped there by Buttle, and Buttle will get a yellow.
Will get a yellow card. That was what has become known in soccer terms as a tactical foul, which is a nasty expression. Buttle knew that if Garvey got past him, he really had open field in front of him, and you can see that you can't get a much clearer trip than that, and it's a nasty one because it's dangerous. It warrants at least a yellow card.
Right at the end of the telecast, again, we will announce our Skull Happy Days offensive and defensive players of the game. Players will receive a $1,000 Skull Happy Days award for each of them, and they'll also share it with their teammates. Whenever both awards are presented to players from the same team, Skull and Happy Days will add an additional $500 to the kitty. Into the box, here's Stunt. Look out. Chips it over the top. Goal kick for the Sounders. Inside 14 minutes left in the match. Right now, the difference, an own goal. Scored by Perotti into his own net. Get a look at the statistical rundown. Chersky now has had to make a lot of saves in this second half. 6 for the ball game. Mike England to Jockey Scott. Incidentally, Paul Crossley in the ball game, 4 goals and 5 assists this year. Owns the Seattle record for assists. He had 12 in a season back in 1975. Sounders getting ready to make another substitution. There's Bruce Rudroff, former All-American from St. Louis University, getting ready to come in for apparently Tommy Ord. The number they're holding up. That's what we're told. Now here's Hunter into the box. Kinalya, shot knocked down by Moore. Kinalya's got it again. Drops to Garbett, and Garbett runs out of room. Goal kick, Seattle.
Canalia, who, after all, as we know, stands a chance setting a record here, being very unselfish there. I think most players, with what he's got to do to score that goal, would have taken that ball, turned on it and hit it. He didn't. He passed it off to Garbett. And as Canalia stood there and held his head in horror, Garbett ran it over the goal line.
Here's Mickey Cave. Now to Butler, number 8. You know, the next stoppage of play, the Sounders will try to get Bruce Rudroff into the ball game. That is going to be a corner kick, and now the referee stops time. And he's going to get Rudroff in there for Tommy Ord.
A strange change, this, because Rudroff is a defensive player. Tommy Ord, of course, is an attacking player, and at the very moment when the Sounders need a goal...
It looks like they're moving England in on the front line. I don't know.
Well, of course, this being a corner kick, England would be up there anyway. We'll have to wait till they start away from this set play before we can see what positional changes they're making. Rudroff is going to play at the back, that's for certain.
All right.
In fact, he's going up and going to breathe down Canalia's neck.
Buttle to the far post. Yassine got a hand on it.
I think Yassine,
and that will be another corner kick for the Sounders.
Yassine had better get a hand on that one, because once again this enormous towering figure of Mike England was running in on that ball and would surely have got his head on it. Here's
Paul Crosley with the corner. Far post, there goes England. He's double teamed, and England is going to be called for a foul.
Being helped up by Franz Beckenbauer. Crowd booing because they think England was knocked down. I think they're wrong. I think England did, in fact, sort of back into Beckenbauer, and then he slipped.
Cosmos with a free kick there. Yassine takes it. Dump it off to Carlos Alberto. See Mike England staying up near the front there. Cosmos drop it back to Yassine.
We definitely seem to have Mike England playing as an attacker now.
11:20 left in the match. Don't forget, 3 weeks from today, we'll have our first playoff telecast for you in a quarterfinal round game. We might see, well, we could see the Cosmos and the Sounders here at the Kingdom. A lot of possibilities. And then every week for 3 weeks, beginning with that August 13th, we'll have a ball game for you from the NASL playoffs. Here's Beckenbauer now. Back outside it goes, and Buttle intercepts. Inside 11 minutes left in the match. 2-1, New York. Mike England comes back to the midfield circle to get it. Formoso with a handball.
That well might be a warning on that, because not only was that, no, he's not going to give him a warning. It was a deliberate handball, and it was a deliberate handball in a rather dangerous situation.
So if he got another yellow there, he'd be out of the game.
He already has a yellow. Well, there was an example of...
That will be a goal kick for the Cosmos as Crossley hits it high. And from Seattle, this is NASL Championship Soccer.
Can your pocket camera take beautiful pictures in sunshine and shade? Ectra can do. When the kids and I went camping this year, we took the new Kodak Ectra 2 camera along for the ride. And the Ectra 2, loaded with fast 400 film, took everything we could throw at it. From the bright sun of an ocean beach to the deep shade of our camp at the end of the day. And we've got the pictures to prove it. Now you can take more pictures, more places, more often with the new Ectra 2, a can-do camera from Kodak.
100 miles from nowhere, you prospect for black gold, punching holes in the seafloor, knowing that more often than not you'll come up empty. But you take the gamble anyway and give it everything you've got. Now comes Miller time. Time to head for shore and the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer, Miller beer.
Cosmos with the ball in the penalty area. Gergerev with the ball, but he lost it. Comes down to number 20, Bruce Rudroff. First round draft choice of the Sounders last year from St. Louis University. Bobby Moore heads it down for Jimmy McAllister. Another young player with a great future ahead. Now Mike England after the ball along with Beckenbauer, and Beckenbauer wins that duel.
You have to wonder about putting a player like Mike England. I mean, we know he's strong in the air, but he's not basically an attacking player. He doesn't have the instincts of an attacking player. We had an example earlier in this game where Pino Wilson, who's a defender, got into the Seattle penalty area. The ball came to him. He had nobody behind him. He had his back to the goal. He did not turn around like an attacking player would be. He played it back. And
now Quinalia. Remember, he's looking for number 30 to tie a league record. He bounced it off Rudolph and gives the Cosmos a corner kick. 8 minutes and 50 seconds showing on the scoreboard clock. Now the referee stops time. The Cosmos want to make a change, and it looks like they want to take Beckenbauer out. They're bringing in let's see, who are they bringing in?
Dimitrievich is standing on the sideline. He will come in for Beckenbauer.
Vito Dimitrievich. And Beckenbauer goes out.
Well, we've remarked John Beckenbauer hasn't exactly sparkled in the game here today. He's had an unusually quiet game for him.
Corner kick, Steve Hunt to take it with the left foot. And Tony Chersky leaps up to take it and start the attack for the Sounders. 8.5 minutes left in the match. Crossley drops it back to his own 35 to Jimmy McAllister. Now Butler. In the middle, intercepted by Dimitrievich, just on. Vito, quick pass for Bogačević. Bobby Moore deflects it. Perotti sidesteps Hunt. And back to Chersky. So the Cosmos and their fans will get a look at one of the hottest scorers in the league now, talking about Kinalia and Ivan Lukačević, one of the heroes of Soccer Bowl 76 this Wednesday at the Meadowlands at 9 o'clock. As the Toronto Metros come in, Lukačević with 14 goals in 11 games for that Toronto club. Here's the ball into the box, and Yassin up to take it away. The Sounders now yelling to referee George Courtney that they felt somebody in there had committed a foul for the Cosmos.
I suppose we can expect to see more of that sort of cross. Putting Mike England in the middle, you've got to take advantage of his height. I expect to see more of those balls floated into the area for Mike England to get in on. I think they think Mike England can beat any of the Cosmos defenders in the air, and they may well be right.
Here's Crossley now. He almost beat a couple of men, but can't beat Carlos Alberto, who takes it away. Alberto. Oh, look out. Formoso almost gave it to Dave Butler, but it bounces off Butler, and the Cosmos throw in deep in their own zone. The scoreboard now with inside 7 minutes left in the match. In the ball goes to Bogačević, and let's see. Formoso is not in the right area to make his throw in that time. So Formoso goes down. There you see the score. The Cosmos lead it 2-1. Jimmy McAllister intercepts. There's the high lob for England. The header in front. He had Crossley near the ball, but couldn't get close enough. And Yassin takes it, boots it out to midfield, and gives it right back to Seattle. McAllister to Scott. Scott nicely took it away from Dimitrievich. Here's Rudolph. Seattle has a very young back line with the exception of Bobby Moore right now. Chip into the box, or into the corner, but nobody there. Rudolph was the closest, couldn't get to it. Cosmos goal kick. Inside 6 minutes left in the match.
And the final lucky number tonight, the holder of 66513, receives a gift certificate worth $20.
3 weeks now. August 13th, we'll have a quarterfinal round playoff game for you on TBS. And then on August 20th, we'll have a semifinal round game. And then on August 27th, Soccer Bowl 78 from the Meadowlands in New Jersey. Said there'll be a big crowd for that ball game. They're still selling tickets, but already tremendous number of tickets have been sold. Here's Steve Hunt coming up on 5 minutes now. The crowd here, 36,610, has grown very quiet, very still here in the Kingdom. Gergiev drops it back. Cosmos play keep away with it now. Gergiev has it. Stevie Hunt lets it go. Kinalia for Hunt. Hunt was offside, or was he hooking there? He was apparently shoving off with the elbow on Bobby Moore. So the Sounders have it, and now the crowd comes alive. 4.5 minutes left in the match. Understand, and I guess it was Washington last night. The Diplomats won a ball game with about a minute and a half to go against Rochester. Still time for the Sounders. Buttle runs into Dmitrievich. They fight for the ball. Both of them go down. The ball comes loose. The Cosmos have it. Bogachevich, Kinalya, and Hunt ahead of him. Goes to Hunt. Rudroff picks him up, number 20. Hunt goes around him. Bobby Moore, though, picked him up. Look out. Here's Bogachevich for Kinalya. The shot for number 30 is just over the bar. Goal kick for the Sounders. And from Seattle, this is NASL Championship Soccer.
The car can do a lap in 60 seconds. You can do the car in 19. And that's the way it has to be, because you don't win races on the track unless you win them in the pit first. And now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life.
Miller Beer. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller Beer.
I won't get stuck like this again. Next time, I want a car that gives me my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Celica. If you can find a better built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can't, because Toyotas are built for comfort, durability, and performance. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
Buy me, I'll get my money's worth.
More.
You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
Promotional consideration and a fee paid by Z-Brick Decorative Wall Covering. Add color, character, and charm to your home with fireproof, inexpensive Z-Brick, America's most popular brick wall covering. Kendall Motor Oil. For confident car care, use Kendall Superb All Seasons Motor Oil, especially engineered for today's driving needs so that you can drive with Kendall confidence. Turtle Extra, specially formulated with waxes and polymers that cling to the car's surface. Turtle Extra from Turtle Wax.
Sounders with the ball now, trying to get that equalizer. Mickey Cave swung the pass blindly, and it went behind Paul Crossley, out of bounds. Cosmos ball on the throw-in. Formoso back to Carlos Alberto. Alberto gets a little pressure from Butler and chips a high one to midfield. Kinalya after it with Bobby Moore in his back. Bobby Moore called for a foul.
I think that might be the first foul that's been called on Bobby Moore in the whole game, John. Do you remember one before that? I certainly don't.
I don't.
And he's played a very, very strong game back there.
Wilson chips the ball for Stevie Hunt on the right side. Quick pass for Gergiev. The linesman called him offside. The linesman indicated offside. The referee
his flag went up immediately. His flag went up, followed a split second later by both of Giorgio Canalia's arms, indicating that he didn't think he was offside.
A minute 35 to go in the match. Here comes Crossley. Moving in on Formoso. Cross in front. Jockey Scott after the ball. Now for Buttle. Buttle for England. He got the ball taken away from him by Terry Garbutt.
Talking to Terry Garbutt, John, I may be wrong on this, but I have a feeling that every game Terry Garbutt has played this season for the Cosmos, they have won. I don't think they've lost a game with Terry Garbutt on the field this season so far.
Steady player, the epitome, I guess, of the team player. He's had 4 knee operations.
He's been knocked and bashed about a bit. He is, as you say, he's a steady player, unspectacular, but he's always there. He always gets his foot into things, and he may not be the most creative of players, but he's an inspirational player.
Well, it's getting down to miracle time for the Sounders. Of course, that is not the official time. But generally speaking, the referee very close to what the scoreboard has. Free kick for the Cosmos, and Perotti was not 10 yards away. Now Hunt goes after Perotti. Say a few things to him. Hunt, a very quiet, shy, retiring player.
I think
doesn't like to mix it up. Now he's going to get a card.
Well, because he's pulling him out. That's why the crowd obviously feel that was justified. In fact, they indicated throughout the game they thought it was justified much earlier in the game. He was tangling with McAllister earlier in the game. Since the marking switched in the second half, it's been Perotti who's been looking after him. Hunt moving over to the right wing. And now he's tangled with Perotti.
Well, the referee now has the official time, as we've been saying. You see the time showing on the scoreboard. 12 seconds, 2-1 Cosmos. And we'll see if the referee does add on some time. Garbutt on the free kick into the box, headed down by Butler. Crosley just tries to get it to midfield. Hopefully, or he's hoping somebody can get it in a white uniform, but Alberto has it. Time is out on the clock, and now the referee blows the whistle, and the Cosmos have won a ball game here in Seattle for the first time. Final score, Cosmos 2 and the Seattle Sounders 1. And the Cosmos win their 21st game. Our offensive player of the game, the Skol Happy Days player of the game, is Vladislav Bogačević. He had the first goal of the ball game at 4 minutes and 29 seconds. And the defensive player of the ball game is Mike Englund of the Seattle Sounders. And those players will each receive a $1,000 Skol Happy Days award, which they will share with their teammates. And the presentation will be made by NASL Commissioner Phil Woosnam after the ball game. So the Cosmos win their 21st game. They return home for their final 2 home games of the season, Wednesday night against Toronto and next Sunday at 7:30 against the Tampa Bay Rowdies at the Meadowlands. And we'll see you in 3 weeks at the start of the playoffs, the quarterfinal round. And Paul, that's something to look forward to, as the Cosmos, I guess, will have to be favored, but certainly there's some ball clubs who could knock them off.
The Cosmos are going to be favored, but there are some strong ball clubs around, and when you look at the playoff situation there, where you've only got to lose 1 game, you've only got to have 1 off day and you're out, the Cosmos will have to look out for Vancouver, for New England, maybe even Tampa, Minnesota. It's not going to be easy for the Cosmos.
John Miller for Paul Gardner, reminding you of the final score again today here in Seattle. 2-1, the Cosmos win it. Bogačević got the first goal at 4:29. Jockey Scott equalized at 39:55. And then in the second half, the big break of the ball game, an own goal. The shot by Quinalha, and as we said, Paul, really Quinalha set that one up, and then Perotti put it into his own net. That, as it turned out, was the game winner. I'm John Miller with Paul Gardner, and we'll see you in the playoffs in 3 weeks from today on August 13th.
This is the TVS Television Network.